Hallo Leute, willkommen zurück zu Danganronpa Another. Wir sind mitten im Class Trial Nummer 2 und reden über das Fenster, das zerbrochen ist durch das Feuer im Switchium Room. Bin mal gespannt, wer es war. Ow, that's too complicated. Anyhow, doesn't that mean someone was inside the Switchium right before we got in? And me and Kinju were gathered at the point where Mikaro has a definite alibi, right? No. You guys are making a big mistake right now. Huh? What do you mean? Think more carefully. In your thoughts, you can spot the contradictions. Wir drehen uns im Kreis. Nein. Mir wird schlecht. Confused, dying message, last shots, a secret note. Ich würde sagen, die Secret Note muss verbrannt werden. We are mistaken. What do you mean? We organized what you guys said. First, you go to the Switchium. Surely the fuse and lighter were used. The reason the killer used those is because there was a purpose for setting a fire. By the way, the fuse was only surrounded by the wall, right? They would have burned the walls. On the walls, in addition to the windows, there were no special items in there. Meaning, the culprit broke the window and smoke started to spread. Did you check that, Inori? Glass windows are fragile when heated. Yes, the molecular state changes and cracks occur. It was so fragile, the killer was prying the glass in order to escape. A complicated to line. Oh, ich hasse. Wie kannst du machen? Muss echt aktivieren langsam mal. Ganz dringend. Gleich. You said we are mistaken. Ich denke mal, das ist wegen dem, wegen der Note, oder nicht? Ich glaube, das ist die Note, die gemeint ist hier. Oder auch nicht. No, I don't think this is the right clue. This idea is wrong. You said we are mistaken. Obviously, it's clear the killer had a purpose and caused the fire, and that the purpose of the fire was the glass window. So, what are we mistaken about? The investigation, there was something Kinjo said while looking at the window. Oh. Es war zu sauber gebrochen. Es war zu sorgfältig gebrochen, war durch die Antwort, ne? Meine ich. Ich glaube, das war's. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's... What? As you said, I think we were mistaken for one thing. It's what Inori said right now. The broken glass, that's what I mean. What are you talking about? We know for sure the glass window's broken, aren't you? Yeah, the glass window is broken, but it wasn't broken by anyone. It wasn't broken by anyone? Did the window break on their own? That's a bit ridiculous, but I guess it's not a wild fantasy. No. Maeda made a very precise point. As Maeda mentioned, the window was broken alone, without anyone touching it. Wait, really? Is it possible? Like Inori said, the glass is weak to heat. Of course, it can withstand a certain degree. But if it's heated directly on, or if the temperature difference between indoors and outdoors is severe, the weakness becomes more prominent. Guys, do you remember the structure of the switching room? It was a completely enclosed space except for the entrance, right? In fact, even when the fire broke out, I couldn't feel any heat outside. Yeah, Kinjo's words are correct, but still, isn't it too much for a glass to break just by thermal change without any external force? Of course,
The conditions are just right. Not impossible, but...
I don't know what you're saying. Right. As Inori mentions, the logic is a bit far-fetched. But what if the conditions were met?
Huh?
I don't know if anyone noticed that because it was apart, it was not noticeable at the scene of the coincidence. No, at the scene of the incident, and because the switchium itself was dark and probably no one was interested in it, but the glass window in the switchium was very tight.
That's it. If the heat alone was left with enough time to break by itself, Kinjo's words would make sense. Hey, it's an interesting reasoning, but what's the basis of it? That it was only possible that the glass could break on its own by hearing this? You didn't throw this without thinking, right?
Of course not, because Kinjo's remarks have an adequate base. Is that right, Kinjo? Right. Did you also notice it, Maya? Yeah, actually. I was also guessing when I said that the window wasn't broken by someone. The exact reason the glass broke on its own is probably because of the glass shards, right, Kinjo? The shards! Correct.
Please don't tell me I'm the only one in the world that doesn't get this until you would give me a proper explanation!
First, I only knew that the killer would make use of the window in some way to escape without fail. But Kinjo said during the investigation. Then please do. I need to investigate the window more. Oh, Kinjo, 1 second. Can I ask one more thing? I just heard the whole situation from you, but I still don't get what's weird about the glass shots from the window. To simply put it, it's neatly broken. Huh? The glass was neatly broken. What does it mean, you ask? In other words, it means if you broke it with a human strength, it wouldn't break like this.
It's human power. It's neatly broken. I don't understand it.
Du nicht beide, Schwester.
I see. What you mean is the broken shape. When I listen in my head and think again, it really feels like that.
Yeah. If someone breaks a window with a hand over an object, it'll crack and break like a spiderweb. Ich mag Inori gerne, aber sie ist gerade so gut, dass ich Angst vor Chapter 3 kriege. Aha. Have you ever experienced it at least once? You accidentally broke glass, or the shape of broken glass. Oh, definitely. Looks like it was broken into a very complex shape like cobwebs. But how was the glass window on the switchium? Like a broken shape, as if part of the window somehow got neatly removed. No matter how you look, don't you think it was broken by an unnatural way?
It certainly looks that way. There seems to be no contradiction in Kinjo's words. Funny, isn't it?
Mikaru, you must have known as much. I'd like you to stop trying to test me. Don't think of the class trial as a joke, Mikaru.
Oh my, thanks for the advice. I'm just worried that one day you become as lost as these friends of yours. Kinjo! Tell my Mikaru, keep going!
Actually, they just finished explaining. Wait a minute. If Kinjo's words are true, then when the fire broke out, does it mean that nobody was inside the switchium? Oh, so that's what he meant.
Wouldn't that be very likely? If someone was inside and were trying to escape, it would be quicker to break the glass manually, instead of waiting to it to be heated in order to break itself. Yes. Besides, Uehara at that time opened the entrance to the power room and guarded it. No matter how thick the smoke was, if someone tried to leave, they would have been caught.
At that time, we all thought we hadn't seen them, because we all knew someone broke the glass. But in reality, no one was inside the switchium. And thus, the killer deliberately heats the glass and breaks itself. And for that, and for the reason, making us think someone inside the switch room broke the glass and escaped. Okay, that's it, right? Then, in the end, everyone's alibis are no longer hold. That's the conclusion. Think about it. There was no one inside the switch room. The killer was ready to start a fire in advance. He could mix us in us. He could mix in us at any time. If that's the case, aren't you saying that it's possible for everyone to start a fire, including Kinjo? And the group went to put out the fire when the window was broken. The rest of us in the dormitory side.
Nani?
Nani, wirklich?
Oh, you mean we don't have an alibi either?
Yamaguchi is right. Anyone can commit a crime by reasoning from the information provided thus far.
Hold on. Isn't that established under the premise that the person who caused the fire is the culprit? It hasn't been clear yet, but it seems too hasty. There's no reason for a person who is not the culprit to set on a fire! I'm not crazy enough!
Even so. At the beginning, the timing of this incident, Tomori's death occurred around 9:30 p.m. Was anyone close by during that time? Wahrscheinlich Tinjo, ach Gott. Ich war auf jeden Fall in meinem Zimmer, das weiß ich.
I mentioned this earlier, but I was cooking alone.
Ich habe mir gedacht, dass Akane bei ihr war. Dachte ich irgendwie. Hat sie gesagt, dass sie gesehen hätte?
I was looking around the warehouse for things to help with the treatments.
Ah nee, die waren Sport machen den Tag davor, das war's. Das hab ich im Kopf gehabt. Die waren Sport machen.
It was useful for Hatano's first aid.
I was just lying on my own bed.
You mean everyone was alone?
Ugh, there does not seem to be anyone here at the time of the crime. The only way we could see each other was to find out where each one was. Aber das klingt anstrengend, deswegen. Or where the alibis were lost, with the exception of Mikaru, Oihawa, and Kurokawa.
What? Then are we back where we started? There's no evidence that everyone has an alibi. Or to deduce the culprit, that's why. You mean, there's no one in doubt? No suspect? But then, who was it?
Hira, except you.
What? What? Isn't this issue again? You know, maybe we're in an infinite loop now. Stop doubting Akane. Didn't the talk about her testimony finished before?
No.
It wasn't over. It's just that it was put on hold because there was so much uncertain information. Nothing resolved about why she lied. No, I didn't lie. Wait, it's not Tyra. As the testimonies of Kinjo and Notori proved it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Whoever the culprit is, they have to prepare a fuse and a lighter to start a fire. But it wasn't mentioned that Tyra didn't come out of the room in the middle of the night when we went to our private rooms.
I'm uncertain about that, frankly. I'm suspicious of each of them, and they were put on hold. Shouldn't we use the information we have, even if it is uncertain information, unless there's an objection to definitely deny it? I apologize. I'm really sorry. Even if there's an alibi for bringing the tools, I'll just keep it in mind. Tyra's lie, however.
To be honest, it's the same with me. If she's not the killer, why did she make such suspicious remarks?
Hey, I told you I might have been mistaken. Well, either way, Tyra wouldn't be able to get to the tools. She can't be the killer. Enough of this meaningless argument. You are really just stupid. What now? You think we're stupid? Is it so stuffy that you can't see it? Want me to share some insight?
What? At the start of the class trial, you said you wouldn't even help.
Oh, did I? Good. Then I won't meddle. Do it yourself.
No, that isn't...
Listen first. Mikaru might know something, you know. I'll tell you one thing for those who are ignorant and poor. Is that there's a method for the criminal not to get the tools without using their hand.
Say it then.
The most representative example is an accomplice. You suspected that there could have been an accomplice in the last class trial, right?
But, Mikaru, is it less likely that we have one in this case? We were informed that the only person to escape this place would be the killer.
Moreover, even if there's an accomplice, it's impossible for them to bring the tools. According to Kinjo, in the middle of the night, the day the tool disappeared. Not only Tyra, but also because neither of us left our private rooms.
Except for the 3 who didn't act with us. Also, Tomori? Nee, doch Tomori, Uehara und Maikawa. Nee, nicht Maikawa, wie heißt nochmal? Nicht Maikawa, sondern... Oh, vergessen.
Then it's gotta be O'Hara or Mikaru.
Mikaru.
The ones who helped Tyra.
Oh, hallo.
Why are you already making it confront? As I did. It's not me.
Okay. Surely Mikaru and me were able to roam around without any restrictions that day. But I haven't shown up to the antique shop until...
You don't even have to doubt me, Arahara Kinji. The person who brought the items from the antique shop. Can't you see it?
War das... Warte. War es das Opfer selber? Weil sie können auch allein rumlaufen. Sie war ja noch nicht Teil der Gruppe. Based on testimonies from Kinjo and Otori, there were only 3 people who were free to move around at night during that day. Mikaru was saying that the accomplice is obviously visible. Surely, it can't be the person, right? Is this Tomori? Wie? Mikaru? The person who brought the tools. Do you mean it was Tomori?
Huh? It was Tomori? That's right. If you have an accomplice, Tomori Kazuna shows up. You can't see anyone else, can you? By the way, I'm so ashamed that the incompetents had to answer this.
Oh, dieser kleine Insult immer. Wait a minute. Tomori's the victim, though. Why is she an accomplice? I'm not sure exactly. Naja, ich denke, hat sie selbst einen Kill geplant? Weil es war auch die Aussage, dass sie sehr angestrengt war. Und sie wurde zweimal angegriffen. Wollte sie den Killer töten? Der Killer hat sich aber gewehrt. Es ist gerangelt worden. Sie hat sich angestrengt. Dabei wurde sie erstmal im Bauch erwischt. Und dann im Nacken. Das wird die 2 Schnittwunden erklären. Oder Schnitt- und Stechwunden so gesehen.
But the only ones to bring the tools are Mikaru, Uehara, and her.
She was a victim, so I wondered if there would be a contact with the criminal at some point.
Incompetent. This is a common pattern, is it not? The story of a criminal tricking someone into a crime. Speaking of which, the criminal took advantage of their accomplice in the end.
Wait a minute, Kinjo. Kinjo can also bring them tools at night time. There's no way to prove that Kinjo was out of the room or not. Didn't the time run out while talking about that? Believe or not to believe. Free to believe. Now I think it's wise to follow more clear information than uncertain leads.
Yeah. If you are with Tomori, you can definitely bring these tools. So what happened? For some reason, Tomori did something funny. The killer himself maintained an alibi that Tomori delivered the tools to the killer in the late night hours? No, wait a second. But Kizuna-chan didn't change her mind. There has to be a reason to decide and help the killer. You said she was an accomplice, but you can't actually get on the level of an accomplice. What the accomplice did was just deliver. The tools, I need the thing. Please bring these for me. It's not enough excuse. What about it? If Tyra is the culprit, there's nothing strange about that, right?
Ja doch, weil Tomori in der Zeit noch nicht unsere Freundin war. Warum wird sie Tyra helfen?
No. That is not... Tyra, I'm sorry. I hate to doubt you, but no matter how much I look, there's only you. You too? Everybody, this is too much. Why are you all so anxious to turn me into a bloody killer? You don't even have an alibi. The only difference between you and me is that I made a mistake once. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You just cut an appropriate stick. You're haunting witches. You're villains. Apologies, but it's a situation that doesn't seem to be as bad as it is right now. I'm the culprit only because there's no contrary at all.
No certainty at all, Entschuldigung.
Tara's the culprit. Is that really it? As Tara said, there's only one thing everyone is suspicious of her right now. Just a witch hunt. Just no solid evidence. Now think about it. Is there any more convincing evidence? Is Tara telling the truth, or is she lying?
Flash anagram, was? From now on, Flash anagram will start. Would you like to read an explanation of it? Ja, bitte. In a Flash anagram, you match important clues in your mind while a game is going. Part of the clue or syllable is displayed at the bottom of the screen, and you just need to find the right letter to fill in the blank. Ach so, also Geigenmännchen. The letters roam randomly. In addition, you must fill in the letter among the blanks. If you fill the incorrect one, your speech power will be depleted. If you don't have any more, your HP will decrease instead. When the word is completed correctly, the game will be finished. Okay, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt. Was für ein Wort suche ich denn? Was für ein Wort suche ich? Oh, das wird Spaß. Ja, geil. Das ist nicht hilfreich. Womit schieße ich? Hä? Okay. Kein Plan, was da steht. Ich kann die Sprache noch nicht. Ich habe jetzt der Buchstabe. Yay! Ich wusste es, da steht. Yeah! Gute Arbeit. Was steht da? Come to think of it, there's a clue about the culprit's identity. Ach, ist das Geschriebene?
Huh? A clue to the culprit's identity. Is that true? If you do that, why do you mention this now? Sorry, I just remembered. And even though it's a clue to the killer, I don't know who it's pointing to. You don't know, even though it's pointing to? Then how do you know it's a clue to the killer? Maeda, what you're referring to is the die message, is that correct? Right. Some might have seen it, but next to Tomori's body, there were some letters written in blood.
A die message, is it? Something like a cryptogram that points to the killer before they die?
Yeah,
Oh, oopsie.
this is the die message presumed to have been written by Tamori. Hey, this is it? I've seen this blood spot too. I just thought the blood spotted in a strange shape. It actually looks like that. But if there's any meaning in these letters... This is a clue to the culprit, right? I think it's a good idea to decipher the die message, rather than being suspicious of Akane while catching a fuss over it. No.
But what does it say? Do we have any letters?
X, 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 X.
X, 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 X. 4 X's. I don't know what this means at all.
I think Kinjo Mikaro may know. Isn't this a professional's job?
Basically, the die message refers to the culprit more directly than you think. Because it's just before she dies, the victim cannot afford to waste her time thinking. In other words, if you think it little, it has various meanings that will need to be solved. Don't think very hard, just change. Be perspective a little.
Or X. Does that number have any meaning?
Actually, does it seem like the last X is a little big? Seems to have a different meaning than the first 3 X's.
What is X? The meaning of X? You guys are really stupid. What? Does it mean you understood the message, the meaning of this die message?
Of course not. There's nothing to understand.
This is not a password. It literally points to the killer.
What? That was it. What do you think? What do you mean literally?
Well, first of all, if you don't know even after telling you this, I'd rather be executed and die.
No way. Where you look, it only reads X.
Katakana. Huh? Katakana. Word. Think about it. Katakana is... Wait, katakana?
Obviously, this time message looks like the letter X at first glance. It's because there's a lot of blood, but from a different perspective, it really looks like katakana.
A letter that reads like an X in katakana? Me. The most familiar one I can see.
No. There are many other things you can think other than that. In fact, Japanese can be read differently enough, even if it's written a little skewed. Not strange for a person of the verge of dying, with their own blood, but it would be weird if they would write straight. Then, what they're trying to draw in the end?
The middle X and the third X, the alphabet X, have long vertical strokes.
If X is tilted, it becomes X, me, where the vertical stroke is long. It's long. To I don't know, man. I'm getting a headache.
No way. What this word means is... When I think of it as katakana, the first X is almost similar to me.
I'll give one more hint. That X has a symbol that seems to hiding see. Hiding see? It seems. I can't see anything like that. Look closely. It's buried in the big X. Ach, da oben, ja stimmt, da ist ein kleines etwas. Next to it, it's hard to see. Because there's a drop of blood in that exact location.
I don't know if you say so. Allow me to raise a question to you. Kinjo, your reaction seems to be the reaction after knowing the correct answer.
At one point, after listening to Mikaro and Kurokawa's words, I came to realize that it seems like there are some other people too who solved it beside me.
The identity of the die message. If you think of it as katakana, the first letter is me.
And the last one has a hidden symbol. The second and third are letters with long vertical strokes. The candidates are I and 2. When I think about these combinations, I think it's the answer for sure. Should I believe this answer? No. I have no choice but to accept the results. I have to do it! The person this dying message points to, the person's identity. I have to admit it! What? Keine Ahnung! What? Oh Gott, Katakana. Mi. XXX. Oh Gott. Katakana Mi XXX. Warte, X? Nee, ist es nicht, oder? Ich bin tot. Die ist tot. Das sind ja Xe. Was heißt das denn? Und dann 3 weiter? 1, 2, 3? Nee, oder? Warte, was? 1x, 2x, 3x. Das sind die 3 Xe. 3 Tote. Aber was mache ich daraus? Weil ich denke, das heißt, von hier 3 Leute weiter sind. 1, 2, 3. Das passt nicht. 1, 2, 3. Passt auch nicht. Oder vom letzten Toten 3 weiter. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Und von ihr. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ich bin verwirrt. Mi. Okay, warte. Ich gebe mal einen Katakana. Was ist denn das X in Katakana? Mal ein bisschen Research jetzt, ne? Ein bisschen Research hier. Katakana. Eine Tabelle, okay. English. Da ist Mi. Wo ist nochmal X? Na? Nu? Okay, das ist noch nicht hilfreich für mich tatsächlich. Ich kenne doch kein Japanisch. Ich kenne doch nichts. Keine Ahnung, ist es immer noch Akane? Vielleicht? Könnte sein. Aber, nee. Wir wissen, das eine ist größer. Warum ist das eine größer? Ich bin verwirrt. Okay. Ich habe halt Angst, was falsch zu machen gerade, weil ich habe halt nur ein Leben. Ich habe halt nur ein Leben. Was ungünstig ist, weil wenn ich jetzt falsch liege, weiß ich nicht, wo ich anfangen muss. Ich hoffe nicht, wir am Start. Ich rate jetzt einfach mal. Ja, ich rate einfach mal. Ich sage, es ist wieder Akane. Aber es soll ja zeigen, dass sie es nicht ist. Das ist der Sinn dahinter. Es soll ja sie unschuldig machen. Ich versuch's trotzdem. Ich versuch's trotzdem. Wirklich? Ich hatte recht? Ne. Ich dachte, es geht darum, dass sie unschuldig ist. The meaning of the dying message. As Kurokawa mentioned, This was a text that could be read as it was in katakana. However, just looks like the letter X because it's loaded. Maida, do you know the meaning of the dying message? Heißt das denn Akane? Ist das Akane? Oder wie sagt nee, Akane? Doch, Tyra! Tyra, heißt das Tyra oder Akane? Well, Kurokawa, Mikao and Kinjo hints set on. I'll explain to you guys from now on. First of all, the first letter, as everyone guessed, me. Me. This was easy to understand, that even if you look at it, you can confuse it a little. What's next, right? I think the second letter is probably I. M-I. Verstehe nicht. Ah, okay. Ja, okay, ich verstehe es. Ja, gut, kann nichts werden. If you use the vertical stroke a little longer, it overlaps the horizontal stroke. It has a similar shape to me. And the third letter, it's pretty hard to recognize, but I was able to guess based on Kinjo's voiceless remarks, the first two letters. Ja, okay, was heißt das? Hey, this one was supposed to be Do. M-I-Do. Mido? Meido? Meido? Warte mal, soll es Maid heißen? Also wie ihr Talent? Maid? This one is close to I. If you write a long horizontal stroke, it would have the same shape as X. I'm still uncertain what the last big X means, but once you look at it this far, it's true that one word comes to mind. Maid. Meido. Ja, Meido. Maid. Ultimate Maid Student. Tara Connie! Ja, ist richtig. Ist gut. Ich bin ebenfalls sehr verwirrt davon. Was passiert hier gerade? Oh boy. Ich bin gespannt, ich verstehe es nämlich nicht so richtig, aber bestimmt hat seinen Sinn. Ich würde sagen, wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder, wenn es weitergeht mit dem Class Trial und ich werde vielleicht bis dahin rausfinden, was es alles heißt. Wer weiß. Ciao.